109 Minions, I am so happy you are here. Today is lesson 37 of learning. Wow, you have been working so hard to do all your learning from home, and oh boy, am I so proud of you. We are so close to 55. We're going to do 55 lessons this year, 55 stickers, and we are so close to being there. I am so proud of you. Let's get started. We can start by singing Telephone. Ready? Hey, 109 Minions. Someone's calling my name. Hey, 109 Minions. I think I hear it again. You're wanted on the telephone. If it isn't Alexia, Annis, Anderson, Anthony, Aria, Aubriana, Braden, Traven, Ed, Markey, Emily, Sophia, Sebastian, Valentina, Natalie, Mariana, Manuel, Kimberly, Kennedy, Cassandra, Junalise, Jaden, or Isabel, I'm not home. Hey, 109 Minions. And our share today will be that I'm wearing my favorite pink sweatshirt. It is super cozy and super soft, and it's a bright color pink, which makes me smile. I hope you like it too. If you have cool clothes that you want to share that you're wearing at home, things that are comfy in your house, let me know. I'd love to see pictures. And let's go ahead and do our poem. Ooh, it's blowing over a little bit. I have my window open today to enjoy the sunshine. Let's fix that. This poem is Fido. I hope you remember it. Say it with me. Fido. I have a little dog, and his name is Fido. He is nothing but a pup. He can stand on his hind legs if you hold his front legs up. And let's look at the sight words in here. What word is this? Up. U-P spells up, up, up. His. H-I-S spells his. You. Y-O-U spells you. If. I-F spells if. He. H-E spells he. Can. C-A-N spells can. What word is this? Is. I-S spells is. If you put an H in front of it, you get his. See that? Is. And then you add the is makes his. And what is this? That's I. I spells I. And I is always uppercase, even if it's in the middle of a sentence. But A is not. If A is in the middle of your sentence, you keep it lowercase. But if it's the first word of your sentence, uppercase. Whoa, confusing. Don't worry. We practice it all the time in writing. You'll get the hang of it. Or you already have the hang of it. I know some of you do. Let's read our message. Today is Wednesday, May 20th, 2020. Dear Room 109 Minions, hello. I am so happy you are here learning. Which has greater capacity? Say that word. Ready? Say it with me. Capacity. Capacity is how much liquid or stuff it could hold. Doesn't have to be liquid. It could be soup. It could be sand. It could be toys. All crammed in there. It's how much it can hold. A cup or a swimming pool. Love, Miss Minion. Which has greater capacity? You can say the has greater capacity because a cup or a swimming pool. Yeah, a swimming pool. Think about how much water a swimming pool can hold. That's a lot more water than a cup. Therefore, the swimming pool has greater capacity and the cup has less capacity. Let's do our sight words. These are the same review words as yesterday. What word is this? For. F-O-R spells for. Ran. R-A-N spells ran. What word is this? Look. L-O-O-K spells look, look, look. Was, W-A-S spells was. Can you think of a word that rhymes with ran? There's a lot of them. Maybe can, ran, can. Those rhyme. What about man? Ran, an. Man, an. What about van? Or can? Or fan. Fan, an. Ran, an. Can, an. Man, an. So many rhyming words. Can you think of a word that rhymes with look? Look, ook. Book, ook. Awesome. Pause the video now and rainbow write our review sight words. Pausa el video ahora y escribe acroyes nuestras palabras de revisión. Hi friends. So I was thinking a little bit about reading, and not just school reading, but like the reading I do in my life with my books and my friends. And I was thinking about my friend Marin. She loves to read, and I love to read. And recently she said, Alexa, right, because she doesn't call me Miss Minion, she calls me Alexa. She says, Alexa, I read this great book. Here, you should read it. And she gave it to me. And then I read the book and I loved it. And it was wonderful. Sometimes readers learn about great books because other readers tell them about them. You don't just get books from teachers. You get books from friends. Friends can tell you, oh, this book is amazing. You should totally read it. Or if you like books about dogs, you should read this book. Readers tell each other about other books. When a reader tells another reader to read a book, it's called recommending. Can you say that word? It's a big word. Recommending. Say it with me. Recommending. Readers recommend books to each other that they should read. Sometimes they do this like me and my friend Marin, who says, oh, here's the book. You should go read it. Sometimes people do it in writing. Like I go online and I look up really good books. And then I read what other readers have written and say, wow, if you like books about historical times, you should read this. Or if you like books about families, you should read this. And those recommendations, those writing pieces that tell me what to read, makes me say, that sounds like a book I'd like. I'm going to go to the bookstore or the library and get it. Today, we're going to try and write some recommendations. We're going to think about a book we really like. And then we're going to write a recommendation that tells someone they should read that book and why they should read it. And maybe even what kind of reader might like that book. Like you might say, if you like books about superheroes, you should read Black Panther. Let's get started. I'll show you how I do it, and then you can try it on your own. You'll need a book you like. Pick any book you like. You'll need your pencil, and you'll need your reader's journal. All right, so right here I have my reader's journal. I'm going to open to the next blank page. And the book I'm going to recommend is Froggy Gets Dressed. I loved this book. I thought it was really funny. I thought it was good to read for kindergarten because it has a lot of pictures and you can kind of sing out the pattern in the book. And I really liked it, and I thought other readers might like it too. I'm not going to recommend a book I don't like, and I'm definitely not going to recommend a book that I didn't read, right? You can only recommend a book if you read it. So I'm going to start by copying down the title. Remember, in our reader's journal, it's important that we do that. I'm going to copy it right here on the top. F R O G G Y gets. Remember, titles have an uppercase letter at the beginning of every word and lowercase letters in the middle. Sometimes it looks silly on the cover, like they do it in a funky font where they use all uppercases. But we're going to write it with an uppercase at the beginning of the word and lowercase letters in the rest of the word. So I have an uppercase G, E, T, S. Froggy gets dressed. D, R, E, S, S, E, D. Okay, let me look for the author. Oh, I see the word by and then a name. That's probably the author. And then I see a word that starts with I and then LL, ill. Oh, that must be illustrated. That's the person who drew the pictures. You could write both, but I only need you to write the author. So I'm going to write the author up here. Jonathan, copying each letter. Again, they used all uppercase to make it look funky, but I'm going to use an uppercase letter to start his name, but then lowercase letters in the rest of the name. Same thing with his last name. An uppercase letter at the beginning, but then lowercase letters the rest of the name. Okay, Froggy Gets Dressed. Why do I want to recommend this book? I should think of a few reasons. A good recommendation says more than one reason why you would recommend it. I'm going to recommend this book because it's funny and it is easy to follow the words. So it's good for kindergarten. Okay, let's start with I recommend this book. I recommend. Ooh, tough, long word. Can you help me with it? R-ring. E-egg-a. C-cap. Ocean, that long O. Mouse. Recommend and nest. Recommend dog. Look at all those sounds I heard in the word recommend. Lots of sounds. It's going to make it easy for someone to read my writing and know what word I'm in. I recommend Froggy Gets Dressed. Oh, I can just copy the title again. I wrote it up here too. I can copy it from there. I recommend Froggy. Remember, it's a title, so it needs an uppercase letter in the beginning of every word, even though it's in your sentence. Whoa, crazy. Froggy gets dressed. Notice I copied it from right up here. And now I want to show you something special. When you write the name of a book inside your sentence, you should underline it so people know it's the name of the book, just like that. I recommend Froggy Gets Dressed because ooh, I hear that sight word hidden inside. Because. C-cat. U umbrella. Because zebra. I recommend Froggy Gets Dressed because it is fun. Because it, sight word, IT, spells it, is another sight word. IS spells is funny. F, fish. U, umbrella. Fun, and nest. Fun, eagle, long E, and a period at the end. I recommend Froggy Gets Dressed because it is funny. What else do I want to say to convince someone that they should read this book? I could say it also has patterns, or I can make it even more interesting. I could say, do you like books with patterns? Then you should read it. Remember how this book has a pattern? He puts on his socks, his boots, his hat, his scarf, his mittens. He flops outside into the snow. Flop, flop, flop. And then his mom calls to him. What? Did you forget to put something on? And then it happens again. He takes everything off. He puts everything on, and he flops outside into the snow. Flop, flop, flop. And then his mom says, Froggy! And he says, what? And she says, did you forget to put something on? And then he goes back inside, and he takes everything off, and he puts everything on. And then his mom calls, Froggy! And that happens again and again and again with that pattern. So maybe I could say, do you like books with patterns? If you do, you should read this one. Okay, do. D-O spells do, do, do. Remember to say it 3 times. You don't want to say do-do. Do, you. Sight word, Y-O-U spells, oh, you can't see it. Y-O-U spells you. Do you like? Ooh, another sight word. L-I-K-E spells like. Do you like books? B. U umbrella, book. K kite, books. S socks. You could also spell books with a double O like this. Either one is good for K2. Do you like books with? Ooh, I'm not, I don't know if I have enough space there. Let me go down here. With, W window, I iguana, with, TH thumb. With patterns. P pig, A apple, pat, T turtle, pat, R ring, pattern, and nest, patterns, S socks. And should I use a period? No, it's a question. Do you like books with patterns? So I'm going to use a question mark. Do you like books with patterns? If so, you should read this book. Okay, if. Uppercase I, because it's the first word of the sentence after the question mark, which is like a period, but it's a question. If. IF spells if. If so. SO spells so. If so, you. YOU spells you. You should. Shh. Ooh. SH spells shh. You umbrella, should, D dog, should, read, oh, that's a sight word, R-E-A-D spells read, read this, ooh, another sight word, T-H-I-S spells this book. We can use a U or a double O. I'm going to do a double O here. Book. And a period. I recommend Froggy Gets Dressed because it is funny. Do you like books with patterns? If so, you should read this books. No, you should read this book. Silly Miss Minion. That's why it's important to go back and reread what you wrote. If you make a silly mistake like Miss Minion, you have to fix it. Phew, good thing I reread it and I caught that. Now I can draw a picture. Remember, it's really good if your pictures have speech bubbles and labels and lots of colors in the background. I can use the picture in the book to help me too. All right, notice how I used the colors from the book. I labeled Froggy, the hat, his mom, and I even used the speech bubble of his mom going, Froggy, with an exclamation mark that shows she's yelling, Froggy! Remember that a good recommendation in your journal is going to have the name of the book, the author, the person who wrote the book, a picture with labels and colors and speech bubbles, and a few sentences, not just one. Try and write 2 or 3 about why someone should read that book. Don't forget to underline the name of the book when you write it in your sentence. When you're all done, have a grown-up take a picture and text it to Miss Minion, either on Class Dojo or to her cell phone. I'm going to post all of our book recommendations on Class Dojo so other people can read the books you love and can listen to your recommendation and say, wow, Junalise likes this book. I should read it too. Wow, Braden likes this book. I should read it too. Wow, Kimberly and Valentina recommended these books. I should read those. Pause now to do your reading homework. Pausa ahora para hacer tu tarea de lectura. Pick a book you like that you want to recommend to the other kids in our class. Write a recommendation in your reader's journal. Be sure it has the title, the author, a picture, and more than one sentence. Don't forget to underline the title of the book in your sentence. Ask a grown-up to send me a picture of your page so I can share your book recommendation with the class. Elija un libro que le guste y que quería recomendar a los otros niños de nuestra clase. Escriba una recomendación en su diario de lector. Asegúrese de que tenga el título, el autor, una imagen y más de una oración. No olvides subrayar el título del libro en tu oración. Pídale a un adulto que me envíe una foto de su página para que pueda compartir la recomendación de su libro con la clase. Hey writers! So I heard that lots of you came up with lots of ideas of problems you can solve to make the earth cleaner and greener. Way to go! You're already starting to change the world and make it better through your writing. And that's what persuasive writers do. Give yourself a pat on the back. Reach your hands up and go. Because you're already becoming a persuasive writer that makes the world better, and oh boy, am I proud. Today, we're going to keep going on that writing. We're going to develop a plan for our persuasive writing. Let's look at our poster. Writers write to make the world better. Step 1 is see a problem. We saw lots of problems, but today we really have to focus on one. We have to pick the one problem that we want to write about. Let me get out my list. You can get yours out too. Okay, which of these problems do I want to write about? This says problems we see. I have wasting paper, So maybe I could write to someone about like maybe using less paper or putting recycling in the trash, wasting water, or ride how people should ride bikes and not cars. I don't know. I feel like it'd be hard to ride bikes everywhere. Like what happens when you get groceries? So maybe not that one. That one's, I don't know about that one. Wasting water and paper is important, but it really bothers me the most when people put recycling in the trash. That is the one that I care the most about. So I'm going to select that one, to draw a big circle around it. So I remember that that's the idea I want to write about. Okay, so I picked out a problem. Step 1, check. What's step 2? Let's look at this word. Starts with that TH. Ing. I hear in, that sight word hidden inside the word. And of course, in reading yesterday, we learned about how important it is to look at the end of the word. So we also have k. What word is it? Th. Ing. K. Oh, think. Okay, so now we have to think. We have to come up with a plan for what we're going to write. How might we think about how to convince people to not put the recycling in the garbage can, to make sure the recycling goes in the recycling? How could I convince people? There's lots of types of writing that we can do to convince people. Maybe we could write a letter to someone, or maybe we could write a song about recycling. Or maybe I could make a movie about recycling. Or maybe I could make a bunch of posters about recycling to hang up all over school next to the trash can so people remember. Now, here's the thing. When writers are picking something out, they want to pick something that, A, they can do. Like you don't want to pick to make a movie if you don't have a movie camera. And we also want to pick something that's effective. Can you say the word effective? Say it with me. Let's say that 5 times. Ready? Effective, 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 and effective. Effective means it's going to work. Like I wouldn't want to hang up signs about recycling inside the bathroom stall. Like that, I don't know if anyone's going to look at those. And I wouldn't want to make a song and then sing it in my bedroom by myself to nobody. Or I wouldn't want to write a letter to someone that isn't going to listen to recycling or maybe already knows. I want to make sure that my information gets to the people who can fix the problem. Okay, let me get my thinking cap on. If I want people to put the recycling in the recycling and not just in the trash, who's going to be able to fix that problem? Mr. Donnie? No, there's just one person. He already puts the recycling in the recycling. Miss Berman? No, she's just one person too, and she already does recycling. Oh, I need all of the kids and all of the teachers at the school. I need everyone to do it. That's the only way it's going to work. That's the only way it's going to be effective. Okay, so now I need to think, what type of writing is going to reach all the kids in the school? How can I pick something that everyone's going to see? Should I write a letter to Miss Berman? No, because that's not going to convince all the kids in the school and all the teachers. That's only going to be for Miss Berman. Could I write like a song for all the kids to learn? That could be good. Could I write some posters? Oh, I love that idea. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a bunch of recycling posters that tell important information about what to recycle and what to put in the trash. Amazing. Okay, should I just make one poster with one sentence? No, I want lots of kids all over the school to see that. I'm going to hang them up when we come back to school so everybody knows. Okay, so I'm going to make like 10 posters with 10 different pictures and 10 different sentences all about what should go in the recycling. That's going to help to fix the problem. I'm so excited. Okay, today your job is to plan, to do that thinking part. Start by picking out a problem. Circle it on your page, the one you're going to write about. Then think, who is going to solve this problem? Who would be the people that I need to convince? And then think, what is going to be an effective way to write to them? And pick, what kind of writing do you want to do? Do you want to make posters? Do you want to write a song? Do you want to write a letter? Do you want to write a book? There's so many wonderful ideas. It doesn't even have to be one of those. It could be an idea you come up with on your own. Plan it out. Think about what you're going to write and come ready tomorrow with a plan. You don't need to write anything yet. Just come with it in your brain ready. One more time. You need to pick out the problem you're going to write about to make the earth cleaner and greener. Number 2, decide who you need to convince to solve that problem. Is it one person? Is it lots of people? Who? Is it your whole neighborhood? Who is it? And then 3, what kind of writing is going to be the most effective? Are you going to write a song, a book, a letter, make posters? Come ready with a plan and we'll get started tomorrow. I can't wait to do this writing with you. Pause now to do your writing homework. Pausa ahora para hacer tu tarea de escritura. In your brain, come up with a plan. Select a problem from your list to write about. Decide on the type of writing that you think will be effective. And decide who you are going to do the writing for. For example, mail a letter to a specific person, hang up posters on your street, or make a song for kids at our school. You don't have to write anything down today, but come ready tomorrow with your writing plan ready in your brain. En tu cerebro, inventa un plan. Seleccione un problema de su lista para escribir. Decida el tipo de escritura que cree que será eficaz y dedica para quien va a escribir. Por ejemplo, envíe una carta a una persona específica, cuelgue carteles en su calle o haga una canción para niños en nuestro colegio, en nuestra escuela. No tiene que escribir nada hoy, pero prepárese mañana con tu plan de escritura listo en su cerebro. All right, mathematicians, today we are going to be talking about weight. Can you say that word with me? Weight. Let's say it 3 times. Weight, weight, weight. And weight is how heavy something is. We say something's heavy if it weighs a lot. Sometimes it's really hard to pick up. And we say something is light. Can you say light? It's light if it's easy to pick up. It doesn't weigh a lot. Not light like the ceiling. Light like it's light. Did you say to turn on the lights? No, not turn on the lights. Light as in it's light. It doesn't weigh a lot. Let's think about an example. I have 2 objects here. I have this big textbook, and I have this beautiful teacher bracelet that Brayden got me, that I love. And which one do you think weighs more? Which has more weight? Which one is heavier? Which one is lighter? You can say, I think. Yeah, the textbook has more weight. It's heavier. It's harder to pick up and harder to carry. The bracelet is lighter. It's easier to pick up. It doesn't take as much strength. It's easier to carry. Like I can carry it on my wrist. Like that. And it's so easy, whereas the textbook is harder to carry. It has more weight. It's heavier. Now let's go over those words we just learned. Weight is how heavy or light an object is. The word heavy or heavier means that it takes more strength to pick up. It means it weighs more. It has more weight. Imagine right now, close your eyes, and imagine trying to pick up a big table. It's really heavy. Now imagine trying to pick up a little pen. It's light. Can you say light? So we have the words weight, heavy and heavier, or light and lighter. When we say how much does something weigh, that means we're asking about the weight. Another way to figure out how heavy something is to put it on a scale. For example, some grown-ups in their bathroom or in their room have a scale and they step on it and it tells them a number that shows how heavy they are. And if they put a lot of things in their body, like if I eat a lot of chips, I'm going to get heavier, I'll weigh more. Whereas if I put less things in my body, I'm not as heavy. The scale tells you how heavy things are. So we can also use a scale to show how heavy things are, not in a number, but in two objects. We can put them on either side, and one side will lift up because it's light, and the other side will sink down because it's heavy. I don't have one of those scales, but that's okay because I found an online version we're going to look at. Ready?
Look at the scale. An apple is on one side and a cherry is on the other. Which fruit is heavier?
All right, let's look at this thing. This is called a scale. Can you say scale? Let's say that 5 times. Scale, 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 scale. A scale like this is used to compare the weight of two things to see which has more weight and which has less weight. The thing that is heavier sinks down on the scale because it falls to the ground. And that means the thing that is lighter pops up. Looking at this scale, which fruit is heavier? Is it the apple or the cherry? How do you know? You can say the is heavier. I know because. Yes, the apple is heavier. We know because the scale is pulling down on the apple side. Think about it. An apple is harder to pick up than a little cherry. The apple has more weight. When we look at a scale like this, we can look at which one's going more down to the ground, and that shows us which one's heavier. The one that goes up towards the sky is the cherry. See how the apple is closer to the ground than the cherry?
The apple is heavier. How do you know the apple is heavier than the cherry? The side with the apple is lower. Look, 2 apples are on the scale now. Which apple is heavier?
Interesting. Now we have 2 apples. One is yellow and one is red. But which one is heavier and which one is lighter? You can tell by looking at which one is closer to the ground. This is tricky. They are the same distance from the ground. The scale has them at the same spot. That means the weight is the same. Neither is heavier, neither is lighter. They are the same. When something is the same, what can we say? What math word can we use? Yes, we can say it's equal. We can say the red apple and the yellow apple have equal weight. Can you say that with me? The red apple and the yellow apple have equal weight.
Neither apple is heavier. They weigh the same. The weight of the first apple is equal to the weight of the second apple. How do you know they are equal? Neither side of the scale is down. The scale has a melon on it now. Which fruit is lighter?
Whoa, look at that watermelon. What do you think? which is heavier, which is lighter. You can say, I think. Yes, the watermelon is heavier. The scale is closer to the ground. It went down, and the apple went up. That shows you that the watermelon is heavier and the apple is lighter. Here's that word, lighter.
Is lighter. How do you know the apple is lighter?
How do you know the apple
The
is
si-
lighter? You can say, I know because.
Side
Let's
with the
see.
apple is higher. Which fruit is heavier?
Yeah, they said we know because the side with the apple is higher. It went up. That means it's lighter than the watermelon. Which fruit is heavier? You can say the is heavier. I know because.
The melon is heavier. The side with the melon is down.
Now you know how to use a scale to tell which objects are heavier and which are lighter.
Okay, for your homework today, you're going to have to compare some objects. Some of them are going to be things where you're going to have to use your memory. You're going to have to remember how heavy some of these things are and take a guess. Sometimes they'll be the same. Sometimes they will have equal weight. For example, you might have to think about a piece of bread and think about how heavy it is. You might not have a piece of bread in your house right now, and you might have to use your brain to remember. Or you might have to think about a blueberry. How heavy is a blueberry? You might even have to think about a piece of paper or a pencil or something from school. Here is your math homework. Ahí es la tarea de matemáticas. Compare these pictures by weight. Which is heavier? Which is lighter? You should use the sentence frame, the is heavier and the is lighter. Or you could say that they have equal weight if it's the same. I know because. Remember that using these words in these sentence frames help you sound like a grown-up mathematician. Compara estas imágenes por peso. El cual es más pesado. ¿Cuál es más ligero? Deberías usar el marco de oración. The is heavier and the is lighter. Or they have equal weight. I know because I think you can do it. Let me show you the first one. Which one do you think is heavier, the dog or the butterfly? You can say the is heavier, the is lighter. I know because. What about the white bread and the marble bread? Which one is heavier? Which one is lighter? Or do they have equal weight? How do you know? Look at the orange and the cherry. Which one do you think is heavier? Which one do you think is lighter? How do you know? Look at the backpack and the piece of paper. Which one is heavier? Which one is lighter? How do you know? This one's tricky. Here's one banana, and then there's a bunch of bananas. Which is heavier, the single banana or the bunch of bananas? How do you know? All right, I have a challenge for you. You ready? You up for a challenge? Really? Oh, you're so smart. What am I going to do with you? I'm going to have to send you to college tomorrow. Do you want to go to college tomorrow? No, I'd miss you too much. But really, here's the challenge. So, we've looked at a lot of things, and a lot of times the bigger thing is also heavier. For example, the dog is bigger than the butterfly, and the dog is heavier than the butterfly. Is the bigger thing always heavier? Every time? The bigger thing is always heavier? What do you think? Can something smaller be heavier? Can you think of an example of two things where the bigger thing is lighter and the smaller thing is heavier? We're going to play a word game. I know how much you like word games. I like them too. Here's how it works. When you say a word, you can hear the first sounds, can't you? Listen, horse. What's the first sound? That's right, it's H, hat. Now, I'm going to say the word horse without the h. Listen, horse. Do you see how that works? Let's try another one. Here's the word. Cat. Say cat. The first sound is, that's right, it's k. Now say cat without the k. Did you get it? At. Let's try a few more together and then you'll do a few for homework. Ready? Say the word shy. Do you hear the sh at the beginning? Now say the word shy without the sh sound. Did you get it? It's I. Let's try another one. Here's the word tall. Say the word tall without the t. All. Here's the word make. The first sound is mm. Now say the word make without the mm. Ache. Ready? Here's the word shout. The first sound is sh. Say the word shout without the sh. Out. Did you get it? Here's the word mice. The first sound is mm. Now say the word mice without the mm. Ice. Did you get it? Here's the word fold. The first sound is f. Say the word fold without the f. Old. Are you calling me old? Here's the word neat. Now say the word neat without the n. Eat. 2 more. Say the word sink. The first sound is s. Now say the word sink without the s. Ink. Last one. Here's the word mat. The first sound is m. Now say the word mat without the m. Ready to do some for homework? I'll show you a picture, but your job is going to be to delete the first sound. Ready? Here is your phonics homework. Esta es tu tarea fonética. I'm going to show you some words. Say the word. Then say the first sound. Then delete the first sound. Say the word without the first sound, just like we practiced. Te voy a mostrar algunas palabras. Di la palabra. Luego diga el primer sonido. Luego borrar el primer sonido. Di la palabra sin el primer sonido, tal como lo practicamos. This is a heart. Say heart. What's the first sound? Now say the word heart without the h. Art. Did you get it? This is a cow. Can you say it without the first sound? Ow. This is a farm. What's the first sound? Can you say it without the first sound? Arm. This is a bus. What's the first sound? Can you say it without the first sound? Us. This is a hill. What's the first sound? Can you say it without the first sound? Ill. Last one. This is hair. What's the first sound? Can you say it without the first sound? Air. Time it is. Time to give yourself a sticker. Today was lesson 37.